circles, people don't trust each other. People are busy seeing their boyfriends, whatever, and they don't talk about it. Like, you guys will fight and beat each other up and drag each other's hair out.
And then the same time.
And then 5 minutes later, you're best friends again.
Make it make sense. That's toxic. That's the pinnacle of toxicity. Like, why? Why is it happening? It's not normal. And the fact that it's normalized is scary.
Especially with boys.
Hey guys. Oh, she got it at the same time. Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Esther, and if you are a returning subscriber, what's goody? What's goody? So, as you can tell by the title of this video, the series is finally here. Like, this is the first episode. I'm with my friends, obviously. I said sometimes I'll have guests, sometimes I won't. And I decided, I made y'all wait for so long. So why not just give them what they wanted for the first one? Yes, ma'am.
You said 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So today's, this season will be on toxicity. And for this specific episode, we'll be talking about toxicity when it comes to friends and friendships. So there is no specific thing we're gonna talk about. It's just gonna be whatever we want to say. We'll just get deep about it, reflect on whatever we need to reflect on, and then we'll come to a conclusion on our final thoughts on it. And without talking too much, let's get into the video. So basically, when it comes to friendships, we all know that toxic people exist and they can affect our choices, obviously, like peer pressure and stuff like that. So what are your thoughts on toxic friendships as a whole with regards to how it affects the individual?
It affects you in a lot of ways, guys. And in most ways, you won't really notice it until it starts to take like a very big toll on your mental health. So even something that happens a lot, but people think just because you're toxic, you're necessarily doing something negative to someone. Nobody ever speaks about like toxic positivity, because that is a thing that exists. Like people being overly positive, overly nice, overly like extending themselves into their friendships, and you only gonna notice that someone's being like toxically positive to you, if that's even a word, like later on in your friendship when you find yourself feeling drained or something like that. And I feel like people need to talk about that more, because like it's not only bad people that are toxic, also positive people can be toxic.
I also feel like a lot of people will continue having a toxic relationship with this person because they've known each other for a long time. Guys, if there's someone toxic in your life,
they feel like we've been friends for so long,
exactly.
so why ruin it? Guys, that's so
it's
true. Thanks. What if I'm guilty of that? Y'all are toxic. No, I'm joking.
No, guys. And also, it's not funny to say you're toxic. That's so
Exactly.
Yeah.
People think it's a good thing, especially if the squad is labeled as toxic. They're like, yeah, we're toxic.
No, you leave, you run. Imagine.
Go far. Don't look back.
Dude, even people that are friends with other people because of a gent, stop doing that thing.
That is toxic.
But now, what happens if you're thinking you're a good friend and all of that, and then someone comes up to you and they tell you that no, you're actually the toxic one? Like, how do you move forward from that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's not that easy to look inward though. Easier said than done. Like I would, if someone told me I'm toxic, because I've heard that. Okay. But anyways, it's not about me. Let me not make this about me. But what you'd first, look inward as in assess. Watch yourself more when you're with the people and see how you act. And if how you're acting is just how you are, then you're not being toxic. But if you feel like you're doing something extra, nah. If you feel like you're being, like sometimes there was a time where I felt I was being someone I wasn't, and that's toxic. But then I thought it was okay because everybody likes that, but then other people don't, you see. So when you assess the situation and see that, okay, this actually isn't what you like doing, then you'll know that, okay, I need to fix myself. But if that's literally how you are, you wake up in the morning and you're like that, you are toxic, yeah, but you can work on it some other way. But assessing won't help that.
I don't know. When I went to hospital, I realized that a lot of things that we deem as normal are actually toxic. Like even the way that we talk to people and the way like for example in friendships, it's something that I learned in hospital that's actually toxic and I didn't know before, is that like if you feel something inside and you want to share with somebody else, you actually need to ask that person, like, are you okay for me to share, or are you okay to talk about this with you, because it could be a trigger to them. They could already be having like a lot of mental baggage that they have, and like that's something that a lot of people don't do, because a lot of the time at school you'll just see somebody pull their friend and then let's go talk, like it's the middle of break and let's go have a deep conversation all of a sudden. But I'm not mentally prepared to have that deep conversation with you. Check. It even happens with people in their relationships now, because that's another thing with like girls and my guy won't listen to me, wada, he still does whatever he wants. Maybe he's not in the space to listen to you, but you're not listening to that because you want your way all the time.
I mean, society also with the relationships part, we make it, you're supposed to be able to confide in your mans, so then you're gonna want to talk to him whether he's in the mental space or not, and it's not easy to know that he's not in that space. You're just gonna go and offload everything. If he doesn't communicate it to you, you're not gonna know that he's not in a good space. Obviously, now that we know, we need to ask, but sometimes you're not even in the space to ask, you just want to release. So then what you do about that? See,
I think it's just need to be more conscious of it, really. That's what we can do.
And if you are in a space where you're not like prepared to be there for someone, then you need to tell them, because they can't read your mind.
Tell them nicely. Don't just don't while out.
But then what if you're the only person that the person can come to? Now, how do you help them? What if they're like at breaking points, and if you say no, I can't listen to you now, what can happen? Think about it.
Then you're gonna have to be there.
Guidance counselor.
Yeah, like Kelly and those people. I don't know if Kelly even still works at our school. The school counselor. So then
the school counselor is now Miss Russell though.
Yeah. So then you talk to Miss Russell now, but like
there was a school counselor.
Yeah. There were two of them. It was Kelly and it was another lady.
Wasn't Mrs. Ruff one of them?
At some point, I think.
Yeah, but why are we naming people?
Oh. Wasn't she that scary lady who always...
We're toxic. Don't be toxic like that. It's not good to laugh at people, okay, guys? My friends are good people.
Excuse me, girl.
Oh, you're not?
Actually, I thought you said you aren't. My friends aren't good people.
Listening is a skill, Mokiao. It's a skill, not a skill.
But yeah, like if you really need to offload and you have nobody to offload to, and even the one person that you confide in all the time is like emotionally
not
tapped out, then reach out to somebody like a school counselor or a teacher or somebody that you can share with.
Right, but it's not that easy. Like what? Nah. But let's go back to toxicity. We're really not talking about how to go talk to someone. That's not really the topic. Toxic friends. What about like friends who will become your friend to get to someone else? How do you deal with that? Because you can't smell a snake coming. What do you mean? Make it make sense. You can't tell that the friend's gonna become toxic and turn on you.
But you can feel that person's vibe, you know, when
you're
like out there, and then.
Okay, so sorry guys, the video got cut off. I had to change devices, but yeah, she was asking just now, what about? Okay, guys, for the third time, sorry it got cut off. We had to change devices again. So, she was saying something.
Yeah, so basically what I was saying was like a lot of friendship circles, people don't trust each other. People are busy seeing their boyfriends, whatever, and they don't talk about it. Like you guys will fight and beat each other up and drag each other's hair alive.
And then the same time.
And then 5 minutes later, you're best friends again.
Make it make sense. That's toxic. That's the pinnacle of toxicity. Like why? Why is it happening? It's not normal, and the fact that it's normalized is scary.
Especially with boys. Boys like to say that we can solve our problems quickly or whatever. No, it's
just
toxic.
let it go, bros.
Because
forever.
The problem that you had with that person before you guys fought is still there after you fight. The beating each other up doesn't make the problem magically disappear.
And then you just act like nothing happened.
Exactly, that's toxic.
To the max. That's scary.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're just okay with it. What Okay, how do you advise someone who's in that situation?
Yeah, talk it out.
No, like your friend is being toxic with another friend.
Oh.
How do you, like, you can tell that they just fought over something big and now they're friends again. How do you tell them that, okay, this isn't cool, especially to your friend, not necessarily the other, but your own friend? You can't just say, yeah, y'all are toxic, or don't do that, or you mustn't talk to them.
It's not healthy, man. It's not normal.
It's not.
I mean, I feel like you can try and convince them, but then until they're both willing to actually get to that stage, you can't
try and get them to open up the conversation.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get them to like bring it up, it's never gonna get brought up, and then it's gonna boil over again, and then people are gonna, do the most. Even the thing of like dating other people's gens within your squad, like the only reason why it's such a huge problem is because people don't want to talk about it. Because if we can be completely honest, you don't know who your perfect match is in this world, and like, not to sound like a snacks person or whatever, but it could be somebody that your person was with in high school. Like, this is not the end of life. We just scratching the surface. We just starting with life. Now you're gonna cap yourself off every time your friends have a new partner, a new partner, a new partner, a new partner. Like, it doesn't make sense in the long run, if that makes sense. So if you have that conversation with your friend of like, actually, I know this guy and he knows me back.
Thank you. Sorry, the food's ready. But yeah.
Like, if he knows me and I know him back, then have that conversation with your friend and say that, like, actually, I like this guy, you know, and I know you guys had a thing before.
Deep for me.
Would you mind if it would? Because the way that it happened with you and, you know, was not okay.
But then it wasn't necessarily toxic on her end.
No, I'm not talking about with Muso. You guys handled it well, but from him, that was bad because he went and he spoke to you about it, and then you said you weren't okay with it, and then he went through.
So was it toxic on his part to pursue it when I said I wasn't okay with it?
Yes.
But then isn't it toxic on my end to wanna tell him who to not go for?
No, because if the feelings are still there and like.
But I didn't say that to him, so that's toxic on my part. Now we're coming, Mama.
You're toxic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm coming. It was toxic. So, you see my situation. Story time, fast chats. My friend, close friend,
Best friend, in fact.
and then my really close guy friend that I once had a crush on. Might still, but I don't know. Like, he liked her. I got mad at him for liking her because I'm like, what about us? But I never told him, I like you. I told him a long time. So he probably thought it's gone, and I did say I'm over you to him. So that was a mistake on my part. Toxic. But anyway.
Then you're going towards.
So then he said, no, it's a respect thing, so I'll ask you. If you say I mustn't go for her, I won't. And I said don't. But then he got touched and said I'm controlling and things like that. So then you can't tell that you're being toxic in the moment, but then obviously when you step away, then it's like, okay, that shit was hella toxic. So then how do you can't prevent a situation like that from happening because feelings just come. Well, feelings, because he switched them off overnight, but hey.
Personally, I say don't do things over text, don't do things over WhatsApp. You will say things that you don't need to say. Go and talk to people in person, in the flesh, or do it over a phone call. Because when this whole phone screen thing, it gives you false confidence. It gives you nerve to say whatever cuck you want to say, and you end up offending people because what are they gonna do? Who gonna check me, boo? So instead of like doing that, like go and talk to people face to face, talk to people on a video call, voice call, get their actual reaction. You know what I'm saying?
But to sum this up, guys, stay away from toxic friendships. Evaluate yourself daily to see that you're not adopting toxic mannerisms and things like that, because sometimes you can become toxic through people. Like, people can make you toxic. Like, there was a point where we used to gossip 24/7 and we were toxic for each other. But then obviously we try we are trying
Every day.
to minimize
Every day.
the gossiping. So that's assessing the situation. And when you don't entertain, it stops happening. Yes? Okay, but anyways, guys, stay away from toxic. Okay? Don't know what I said. So, guys, with
Said something about it on the table.
oh, okay. Let's not. Yeah, that was an okay end to this little toxic friendship talk. If you guys have any more questions, comment down, hit them up if you want specific advice. But yeah, don't try and slide here and act like you want advice when you're just trying to slide. We're gonna beat you up. Okay? Especially with this girl. You mess with her, you mess with us.
Don't
Okay?
mess with any of
Full
us. We'll
stop.
cover you.
Stop. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't be shy. Please give it a massive thumbs up. Even if you didn't, you can still like it. It's free. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click on that little bell so that you don't miss a thing from me when I do post. And with all that said, that would be all from me, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.